Hello everyone. In today's lecture, I will talk about one of the very important functions of Excel. If you are the user of Excel, it means you might have come across a case when you are supposed to find out a particular value from a large set of items. So whenever you are looking out for that, it is very difficult to manually look out for one item in the long list of items. So for that, Excel has provided us with a very popular and the best formula that is called as the VLOOKUP function. But I have seen many of my friends and many other people who face difficulty in applying this formula in the Excel files. To showcase you that how does this VLOOKUP function work, I have taken a small data set which contains the information about the student name, unique identification of that student, and few of the other entries. And here you can very well see that there is one column which is empty, and this is the place where I want to see what are the marks obtained by this student. Supposedly, let's call it as Gaurav Jena with UID 20BCS 7932. I want to check out that what are the marks obtained by the student with this UID, and I want to put up in the column E, which is named as marks obtained. So for that, I have two options available. One of the very first option that people generally use is they will look out for this UID. And here I have taken another sheet also, which contains marks of these students. So let's assume that I want to check out what are the marks of this student Gaurav Jena with the UID, which ends with 7932. People will generally go to the second sheet, look out for that particular UID, locate it, and then see what are the marks obtained in it, copy from this row, and then go back to the previous sheet and paste it here. But that is not the best method to use it. The best method to do that is with the help of VLOOKUP function. So what is this VLOOKUP function? So VLOOKUP function will help us out in looking out the values and returning the values or the outputs that we require. So the simple method of remembering that is that you need to put up is equal to VLOOKUP. What you want to look up means what are the like the values with which you want to compare, where you want to look up, I mean from which particular sheet you want to search out that value, the column number in the range. Column number, I'll tell you that how do we calculate that column number, and then you have to return whatsoever value. So instead of going in the theory and the other theoretical part of it, let's apply the formula. So what I want to do is I want to know that how many marks are obtained by this student with this unique ID. There are a few things that you all need to remember, that the two sheets that you will be comparing or using, they should have one column in common, which will be acting as the unique comparison factor between it. So here I have taken UID of the student as the comparison factor. So this is my sheet where I want to have the marks. This is the other sheet which contains the marks. So I want to copy these marks from this to this one. So in this case, I will put up is equal to VLOOKUP. When you write VLOOK, it will by default appear. Then you can press the tab button. Then I want to search out the details of all these students. So I will select them like this. I'll select them. Then you need to put up a comma. You can very well see how the formula is changing. Then you need to click on the other sheet from where you want to copy the marks. Then I will select from the column which matches with that of UID, the unique identification number, and I will select the two columns. I will be selecting those number of columns where I think I will be able to find out my required result. So you can see that I have selected the two columns, column number B and C, and then again you will put up a semicolon. Now the next important thing is out of this column which you have just selected, which value you want to return. So if I want to return the marks obtained column values, then I will be putting it up as 2. Why I am putting it up as 1? Because the first column, like you need to start counting from the column from where you selected the columns. I started with UID. So I will be considering this as 1. This is 2. Then I will be putting up this value as 2. And then you will be putting up comma again. When you put up comma again, it will show you two values. Two values. This first value is true, which is the approximate match. The second value is the false exact match. Either you can select it from here, you can select it like this. You can put up false match, or you can directly put up the 0 here. When you put up 0, that means you want to look out for the exact value, and you have to press enter. When you press enter, you can see that whatsoever are the marks obtained by Gaurav Jena with the UID 20 BCS 7932 are copied here. And if you want to have the same result for other students also, you just need to double click on the right corner of your column. There you will see a little bit of difference from the rest of the column. Like here you can see, you just double tap on it. When you double tap, the column will be filled with the marks obtained by the other set of students also. So now if you want to cross verify whether the marks obtained are correctly copied or not, let's say I'll take some random value. Let's talk about this Siddharth Singh with the ID 20 BCS 7990. I'll copy this UID, go to the second sheet, Control F, Control V, press enter, and the marks obtained by the student with the ID 20 BCS 7990, the marks are 35. Let's see whether we found it correctly or not. Marks obtained are 35. So that's how your Vlookup function works, and it will help you out in solving your large data set queries in a very small time and in the efficient manner. That's all for today's class. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day.